Hi there, my name is Dave. I am going to do yet another one of these videos. This one is going to be the extension of what has become the man cave. Everything on the front side of the building from this. It was going to be undeveloped. My wife got a crazy idea. Well, not crazy idea, I can't say that about my wife, but she got an idea that the space on the other side of this wall, right back here, could be developed into some kind of living quarters. Well, one thing led to another. Our contractor decided that he liked being here at the coast instead of over in the valley during this coronavirus thing. And so while he was here, he decided to tackle the project. So, that having been said, here's a look at where we are at this time, and this will be an ongoing thing to show you the development of the project.
First of all, I don't think I've shown the entire building yet. It was built around 1950 as a church. That's what we call it to this day, as in, I'm going to work down in the church. The cave is back there on the right, the back of the building. Up here on the top is the cupola. Years ago, I put a floor on the cupola, but it was only accessible by ladder and then by squeezing through the rafters. But more on that as we go. So there are two ways to access the second floor of the church. The first is across the sky bridge and directly into the cave, and the other is by using the original internal stairway at the front of the building. Okay, in this video we're going to be accessing it using the sky bridge. Once we get through the cave, this door leads to the front part of the building. As you can see, this is a mess right now. So I'll show you the original hand-drawn plan and then follow that up with some video of the space before it was framed. The bathroom with a toilet, shower, and sink is in the space up at the top. The sink has been moved to the opposite wall where the closet was at first. On the other side of the bathroom wall is the kitchen. The refrigerator in the right-hand corner, stove in the middle, sink and countertop on the left-hand side. We moved that wall at the bottom a couple of feet into the space that'll be the living room. There'll be an eating bar on the other side, stools in the living room side. It's a more efficient use of the limited kitchen space. So here's the old blue tape photo of the space. The bathroom just in front of us, and the kitchen beyond that to the left of the double lines. In the upper left-hand corner, you can just see the old wall with the double tape line to show where the new wall went in. And here's the new wall. It's short because this will be an eating bar with stools on the living room side of the bar. The space behind the door is where the closet is going to go. Yep, it's not going to be very big. Maybe we'll compensate for that by making it a little bit longer. Okay, on to the living room. Here's the new pull-down ladder to the cupola that I was talking about. This will make it much easier to access the space up above. My plan now is to put lateral reinforcing both below the louvers and above them as well. Then a shear wall below the louvers on each side of the cupola. I'm no engineer, but that hopefully will allow me to eliminate this portion of the building's rafter system that comes right up the middle of the cupola. That way we can just come up the ladder, squeeze through the opening, but then allow short people to be able to stand and move around inside the cupola. Those of us who are a bit taller will still have to crouch down. I don't know why I'd want to do that, but that's what I have in mind. And back by the stairs at the front of the building. That was a single window, but we salvaged one of the old ones we removed from the lower level of the structure and installed it upstairs. So now we have twice the view, and it's one of those things I've been asking myself, why didn't I do this years ago? My contracting crew seems to be asking the same question. Okay, back to the present. Our contractor, Luis, framing. He's kneeling in the kitchen, and that's the bathroom to his left.
Okay, enough of the tour. I shot some video of some of the planning that's going on for this space. Right now, they're in the bathroom. Let's listen in and see what's going on.
But I was thinking, put the sink here and turn. And how far do you have to have the is it a door?
Yes, it's here the door. It's almost to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's open in a way.
Oh, would it? Oh.
You know, because the toilet, and when we came, we went open the door that way and go in.
Right.
So the way we need space almost to here.
Yeah. So that isn't going to give us much. You have to put the towel rack over there.
No, the hook for the towel.
Yeah, that's true. We can hook it up.
Yeah, because when they get up,
Yeah, that's true.
this hook take the towel. Yeah.
Maybe if nothing else, we could put some shelves up here or something.
And then they moved on to the kitchen.
Here.
If we put the refrigerator here, it's going to stand out. It's going to be higher than this.
Oh yes, it's more.
So then you'll have the side of the refrigerator facing out.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's here the stove. Yeah, it's only for the electric thing. And here's the,
See, now you couldn't put cupboards on this side.
you know, because it's here, it's only, we have space only for the little backsplash outlet
Yeah.
and the,
So the cupboards would all have to be on, well, they just have to be here and down below.
So here's where we are now. The sheetrock in the bathroom is nearly complete. We're just waiting on the plumbing inspection to complete that. There's the shower. The shower pan is in but not plumbed yet. That's a fan light combination in the ceiling. There will be separate switches for the fan and the light. The vanity has a marble top. It will have a 3x3 mirror over it with a mirrored bar fixture for lighting above that. Now, back next door to the kitchen. We'll still have the refrigerator in the same place. One change, though, is that it will now have a floor-to-ceiling wall alongside the refrigerator. The apartment will have its own hot water heater. It's a 240-volt, 20-gallon unit and is located outside the walls of the space. It will be accessible by a ladder from the lower level of the church. Another change is that we made the kitchen larger and the living room smaller. We had to do that to accommodate the cabinets that we bought. So there are 2 corner units on either side of the sink, and those are 3 feet along the back. The sink is 30 inches across, so that added up to 8.5 feet across the sink wall. We'll have cabinets under the countertop on the left side and the corner storage at each corner. So that ought to help a little bit with the limited space available. So here's where the original wall went. There's where the wall is now. And the blue line is where we're going to move it to make room for the cabinets. We're taking a chunk out of the living space to take care of that. The blue line is where the wall will go. We've jumped forward a few days. We have a lot of the sheetrock in now. The kitchen is pretty much done, and this hallway is starting to take shape with sheetrock on that side. I shot this video at night, so even the little light on the camera didn't shed much, but we're standing in the living room looking back toward that kitchen area. And as I said, the living room, this will probably be a couch area here. I'm standing about where somebody would logically put a TV. We come around to the stub wall in the kitchen. As I said, this will be countertop with an eating bar over the top all the way along here. Corner unit so that there's little wasted space as far as storage goes. The sink will be right here in the middle. No sheetrock here yet because the inspector has to see the water heater before we pass on that. And we'll come around to the range is what it'll be, and then the refrigerator will be here in this corner, and that's the kitchen. I've had to wire quite a bit more, added a lot of circuits, and the panel is almost full, but it's still legal and it's nice shape. We now jump forward another week or 10 days. The bathroom is about the same, except that I now have the wiring done. This fan light combination is in place, and I have the bar fixture temporarily mounted just to test it out and give us a little more light, working light, in the bathroom during construction. Oh, and there's where the built-in medicine cabinet is going to go. Over in the kitchen, the can lights are in place. It looks like it's going to be a little bit darker over in this corner, so I may get another one to go right here. There are two smaller lights over the eating bar area. They're on a separate switch from the larger kitchen cans. And the last light that I have in so far is one of the two that will go over the stairs. They're controlled by three-way switches at the top and at the bottom. This is the pantry. It'll have slide-out shelves to make it easier to get into the back of that space. Originally, this was going to be half in the hall and half behind the current wall, but we decided it would be better to carve it all out of the space behind the wall. And alongside the pantry will be another space, exactly the same size, only that'll be a closet. The plan is to have bifold louvered doors covering those spaces. I believe I said that this is a work in progress. This project is going to take quite a while. So if you're seeing this, that's the end of it for now. But tune in again next week, next month, next year, maybe even tomorrow. See what additions have been made. That's it for now. So long. See you next time.